Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Here we are again. I'm having a late lunch. So what I have in here, I want to move this off for a minute so it doesn't overcook. I fried a little partially soy and hamburger meat. I had patties, one patty in there. And I want to make some cabbage, hamburger, and onion filling. And then I'm going to use my pizza crust. And I think it will be good. So I need a little bit of onion. Not too much because I only have one hamburger. A little bit. So it was really, really hot here today. I hope everyone is doing okay. And this really kind of made me laugh. I was in Santee and I thought, wow, this is pretty nice. And I looked up and it was 96 degrees. Just about this time, a man walked up and he goes, wow, it's pretty nice out here. I go, yeah, it's 96 degrees. That's how blasted hot it's been, you guys. It has really been awful. Awful hot. Okay, so I have a little bit of oil in there. That's okay, it needs a little bit. This would be a good stir fry if you wanted to add rice and go in that direction. So I have a little onion. So hamburger and onion, and you can, these are really good. I used to make this in bread dough. But if you make bread and do it that way, it takes so long. And this way, Albertsons, you know, I thought maybe it's a little bit smarter to go into a little bit higher quality food. Lately, I have bought some food that was pretty bad. So I want a little cabbage in there. I can't. Maybe tomorrow I'll find some coleslaw dressing. So let's see, I'll have a little salt and pepper. And a little red pepper flakes. So that's going to give me a nice filling for my sandwiches. And so what I want to use is I want to use some Walmart pizza dough, and then I'll just wrap my sandwich up, my filling in a little pizza dough, and I'll make them small so they will go quick. And when you make these, it's kind of like a Hot Pocket homemade. So I'm heating some oil over here to fry my Hot Pockets. So the thing that's good about this is I have some pizza crust mix. So I just want, you know, enough for lunch. So, and then what I do is I put it back in the freezer. Here it is. This is yummy. This would be good with some rice and some soy sauce, and cheap too. This could be ham, this could be Spam, this could be sausage, this could be anything, you know, anything you had. So all you need for this pizza dough is some warm water and some oil. So what I have is, I had melted some Crisco, so I poured a little Crisco in here. So I'll just add the water little by little. I want to create a soft dough. And if I make my doughs kind of thin, they're going to fry up fast, and then I'm going to eat them, and I'm going to be so happy. Can you believe this? Wow, it sure is nice out here, 96 degrees. So I was up at the mall walking, trying to walk, and it was pretty unpleasant, and I thought, well, why don't you just, for the rest of the year, why don't you just work? You know, it's rotten weather. It's nothing but misery. You should be able to, you know, work a little bit, you know, without catching the corona. And it's just miserably hot. So here's my dough, and that way, you know, I'm going to stay a little bit active. And so I went, you know, to one of the thrift stores out there in Santee, where it was not nice and cool, 96 degrees. And I bought two things. This is cute. I will probably keep this watch. I could sell it, but I like it. Uh-oh. This is a Guess watch, and I got it for $2.50. So what I could do, because I'm pretty easy on my stuff, after I get the battery, I could, you know, wear it for like 2 or 3 years, and then I could sell it. And what I plan on doing is when I go back to the swap meet, this is the kind of stuff I sell. And then I got this Pulsar diamond watch, and it's really a cute watch. It's got like a little ruby, a little ruby crown. It's cute. I could keep them both. And I got that for $2.50 because they were, for some reason, half price. And this was really kind of strange because the clothes were really bad, but they did have like mink coats and stuff, and fur coats. But I decided not to buy any clothes because clothes are messy, and I've had it. So here's my filling. See what a great stir fry that would make. And this is very yummy. So I bought 2 watches. So you figure, I usually sell these kind of things like at the swap meet. Okay, so I know I paid $2.50. So when I get ready to sell them, I would just add $10. So, you know, that's after I get the battery. When I got these home, I wanted to mention to you, if you buy jewelry, I use wipes and I clean them off good, because other people's jewelry is a good way to pick up stuff like the coronavirus. Okay, so I just want to make some little filled sandwiches. So you might be thinking, that's not enough dough. Yeah, this is enough dough for 2 of them. What you really don't want to do is waste your stuff, and if there's filling left, the filling is really good, so you can just eat it. If I make a little, which I think, so you don't really want to overhandle your dough. So let's see, I think I could make 3. And this time I located my rolling pin. So, you know, if you shop, what I usually do when I was shopping is I hand pick the stuff. And so you figure, well, today you found 2 watches, and tomorrow you find 2 leather coats, and, you know, pretty soon you start getting some nice inventory. And so when you go to a swap meet, the trick to that is you want to take thousands of dollars worth of stuff, so you make some money. Some of the swap meets pay off better than the others. You know, they're just better swap meets. The Spring Valley swap meet is a little bit better than the Santee, but the Santee is a little bit easier to get into. And in your sandwiches, your bread doesn't have to be perfect. And so then after I eat these, if I want to, I can make some more dough. I don't want to because 3 is enough. And they're very yummy. My dough is a little bit sticky. What do I do with my flour? Oh. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the resale business. You know, in the Bible, it says at the end of times, people will be being married and given in marriage, and buying and selling. So it seems to indicate that you're going to be able to work buying and selling. It's safer than working for other people, a lot safer. There was video out today on Ice Age Farmer, and there's no, this is what they said, there's no domestic rice in Australia, and they had armed police at a farmer's market, and the people were, you know, kind of like out of control. But I don't know if that is really accurate as to why, because here, what I decided to do is go shopping from now on at little better places so that I don't get caught up in the middle of some kind of riot or something, because it looks like they have the stores all blocked off again. So, you know, we have to be careful. We had some bad riots here. Really bad, you guys. I don't want to get caught in the middle of something. Not even. So I'm overstuffing my, I'm overstuffing my, filled sandwiches a little bit, so that there won't be, you know, I won't have any leftover stuffing, but if there is, I'll just eat it, you know. Yummy. Or, you know, you could save the dough and make more sandwiches. I mean, the filling, and make more sandwiches later. All right, let's see. All right. These will be ready in a minute. Hamburger, cabbage, and onion. That's it. And those partial soy burgers don't cost much, you guys. I figured 50 cents each. And then I made some tea. But I just so happen to have some Diet Coke. It is too hot, you guys. So if you stockpile a couple of these, 52 cents from Walmart, you won't run out of bread. Let's see. Ooh, they're coming along nicely. Let's see, I'll get the rest of the filling. I could probably make at least one or two more. So the thrift stores are still pretty messed up after being closed. Like today, the clothes, to tell you the truth, the clothes looked even worse than the clothes that I could buy in a swap meet. You know, like people gather up the clothes and leave the really bad clothes. That's what the clothes were like. They had quite a few watches. Yeah, probably because I haven't been shopping. So this is peach tea, but it's really black tea. Okay, so Richie from Boston had a good video, and it was military laser that can melt cars, record-setting temperature fires. And there was a man on one of the videos that they suspected of having set the fire, and he was like drunk, you know, and he said he was drinking Gatorade. Well, the guy I was trying to help, you know, that I gave the cans to, and then two girls came up, two smarty girls. It reminded me so much of the guy in the person in the video, and I thought, wow, you know, this could be anybody. It could be Antifa, so you guys be careful. And it was like the guy said he dropped something, you know, when we have all these fires out there, and ha ha ha, and I mean, it was awful. It was like some drunk guy. And also today, and we'll probably be seeing more of this as well, I thought I saw some evidence of some young man maybe doing some kind of indecent act in the bushes. Remember our discussion about the child trafficking? I believe they're trafficked for, and they're using drugs and, they're given alcohol or something like that. So I managed to make 3. These are nice. 2, 3. See how easy this was? Take a look at this. So here are my light is lousy for some reason. I'll taste one in a minute. They're a little bit on the hot side. So all you need is hamburger, a bag of cabbage, and some onion. And you could put the cabbage in anything, stew, coleslaw. So one of the things I want to start doing is saving cash in small bills, because they say if something happens, you don't want to be in a position of them having to make change because they're not going to. So buying, selling, marrying, and giving in marriage. Okay, so in Australia, they have armed police at this farmer's market. Possibly there was a lot of shoplifting. But what happened is they have no domestically grown rice. And so they were getting the rice from Vietnam, and Vietnam said, well, sorry about our agreement, but we need our rice for our own population. And so I said to myself, I wonder where they grow rice in the U.S. Arkansas, the Grand Prairie, Mississippi Delta, parts of Arkansas, Gulf Coast, Texas, and Southwest Louisiana, and Sacramento Valley in California. So I thought, wow, I wonder if the fires are burning in Sacramento Valley. Just to let you guys know, if you haven't ever been there, Sacramento is hotter than hell. I cannot imagine how hot. Well, evidently the fire is not burning there, but what's dropping is ash. And our weather is really weird because we have like some kind of a trade wind, but in blows gusts of hot air, probably from the fire. So the Central Valley, where they grow the rice, doesn't seem to be on fire, which is a good thing, since these other places in the country are having these rice shortages. Okay, so now what I'm seeing is the quality and the selection is down. So what I decided to do is pay a little bit more and get better quality, because like the last 4 bags of potatoes I bought were rotten. I mean, within days. So, and another thing, just go to the freezer section and try to find potatoes. I fortunately stockpiled a lot of canned potatoes, and I thought at the time, why will I ever need them? Well, I'll need them if I can't get any potatoes. Like if tonight I want to make some chicken stew. So I bought my potatoes, like my coleslaw, at Albertsons. Okay, so save your money and save it in small bills. Okay, one more thing, and then I'm gonna taste my sandwich, which I can already tell you is gonna be good. I don't even put ketchup or anything on them, you guys. Okay, a depression is a long-term downturn in economic activity. So you can't like classify it as a depression until about 3 years. So that's why they're telling us, well, we will have a depression, but we will be into it for a few years before we know it's a depression, because it can't really be classified as a depression a recession rather than a depression until it's been recessed for at least 3 years. But basically it seems to indicate a depression. Okay, here's what indicates a depression. Worsening unemployment. Rising inflation. Now I think gold and silver are inflated, and real estate and food. Declining property sales. So we have that, but they have all kinds of reasons. You know, people don't want to let anybody look at the house. This, that, we'll go into that in a minute. Increasing credit card defaults. Well, it's hard to pay the credit cards if you don't have a job, but you don't want to do that. Also, they're not letting you do this thing where you transfer your balance to another card. They're doing away with that, and they're shutting down a lot of credit cards. So whatever you do, don't lose your credit or your credit cards. Okay, another bad thing that contributes to bad things is wealth concentrated in the hands of a few limits economic growth. I think we see that on Wall Street. They're like monopolizing Wall Street, putting their money there and controlling the markets. And some are even saying little guys should get out, and I think that's good advice. Stock market crash. It hasn't crashed yet. And people are going, well, it won't crash until after the election. I don't think that they give you any clear warning signs it's about to crash. It's a bad sign when the big players pull out. Like Warren Buffett, I think he pulled out of the airlines, and he bought, I know he bought gold, and I forget what else. Bank panics. So, you know, people panic and start pulling their money out of the bank. We see that in a way what it is people taking their money out of the banks and buying things like houses, like Tesla cars, like small planes, stuff like that. Okay, the gold standard. Okay, what has happened is the money that we have printed is not backed by the gold. Decreased international lending and tariffs. We're in a trade war. Here, I'll let you see this in case you want to make a screenshot. So this is what we're looking for. What I do is at night, when I scroll down, I look and see if I can find anything. Okay, so now, one more thing. This has to do with real estate. Where is it? Okay, to sum up real estate, I think the way it's summed up is so stupid, even realtors. Okay, so when you're going to evaluate real estate, this is my humble opinion, I'm not a realtor. What indicates the real estate is the price. Everything else is an inverse. So, when the price of real estate is up, like right now, that means the demand is down and the interest is down. So when you have this high price at a very, very low interest, the payment could be essentially the same as when, if it crashes, if the price goes down, then the demand goes up and the interest goes up. So here you have a lower price and a higher interest, and better yet, here is if you like somehow refinance. You don't want to do that. Some people do it, but all you have to know is that when the price is down, that means the demand is going up, but also the interest is going up, and that goes for credit card interest too. Okay. People say, well, the reason that the real estate is down, the sell, is because people are waiting for the price to go up. Otherwise, you're waiting for the price to peak. And that could be true. Also, they're not wanting people in the house because they don't want people in their house with the COVID. Loss of jobs. The demand goes down. Can't qualify. When it's this, it's hard to qualify. Investors buying. Okay, does this really make sense? If these sellers are waiting for the price to go to the peak because it's going to crash, Why would the investors buy at the peak? The only way an investor is going to buy is if he thinks he's going to buy something low and sell high. So that's illogical in a way. Okay, now we will taste my sandwich. Yummy. Look at this, you guys. I'm trying to cut down on salt. I'm trying to be good. It's good. So my dough for this was maybe 10 or 12 cents. My hamburger was 50 cents. Just a handful of cabbage. A lot of times when I make this, I eat top ramen. That is a good combination, and it's very, very cheap. Thank you guys for all the nice comments. I think it was the last video I did. There was a lot of nice comments. Someone in the comments commented a list of her grandmother's pantry, which I'm going to write in my notebook. And one of the comments was she makes everything homemade, and that is a good comment as well. So I'm getting my notebook out, not this one, I have to get a new one. And I'm writing those comments because after so many hundreds of comments, you start forgetting all the comments, and those comments can be invaluable. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all. Stay cool.